This time, in the garage, we're doing recent picks from Bring a Trailer.
Huh.
Well, it's not just last week. It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
It's not.
Took
I
so
just
long.
did last week.
Oh, I did 2 weeks.
I only did a day.
You only have 5 cars.
Everything that ended today, I picked.
I still looked at 1,700 cars to get those 5.
Jesus. Ooh.
Okay. First car.
1985 Renault R5 Turbo 2, Type 8221.
What's the Type 8221?
Your guess is probably better than mine,
It's that.
but it's pretty cool, whatever it is.
I feel like we looked at a rally version of this at one point not too long ago.
200 street specification Type 8221 examples built to homologate.
Huh.
Aluminum
There you go.
roof. Oh, okay.
So this is a homologation car for the
For the rally car.
rally
Yeah.
car that we looked at.
I think it was the first 200 cars or the 8221s.
Vented roof.
It's not a bad looking
Roof
car.
Spoiler. Boxed flares. I think they're sweet looking.
Yeah.
Are those real BBS wheels?
Nope. Those are Gottis.
Are they real Gaudis?
Says they are.
No,
Good combo.
Those are not BBS like at all.
Yeah.
I just saw a gold center and my brain went, we don't need to look anymore.
Brown. Velour. How good is that?
Thinking those aren't factory seats.
They don't match the color of the rest of the interior.
I bet they are.
Definitely not a factory wheel.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. Look at all that mid-engined goodness.
The little itty bitty 4-cylinder.
So that did not sell for $91,000
Oh, I didn't notice that.
for a 1.5 liter French car.
The rally car.
That you
Turbo.
almost certainly can't get parts for.
It's a homologation car. You can get parts
I
for
think
it.
you can still get parts for them.
It is good looking.
I think they made enough of those, and they're worth enough that I think there's even some repro parts.
Would that qualify as a hot hatch?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But we did not find any of these on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, there were only 200 apparently.
No.
What were these based on? The Le Car?
We got it here as the Le Car.
Le Car.
One of my neighbors had a look.
In Europe, it was the Renault 5.
Right. It's amazing what flares and stuff make it look like.
Especially when you look at a regular R5.
Yeah.
I assume the regular R5 was not turbocharged.
No.
I think they did
I don't think they were mid-engined either.
No, they were definitely not mid-engine. It was a little front-wheel drive kind of box.
Because the Le Cars I remember from my youth were all kind of sad and slow
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and really didn't give me a good impression of Renault.
Well, that was probably a fair impression. You gotta love the little
Thanks.
vents in the scoops.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It is. I don't think it's $91,000 nice.
It's a homologation car.
I'm just saying, to me,
It's one of 200.
it's not $91,000. I do like it.
It's in great shape.
Yeah, it is in great shape. And I think those go, around there.
Yeah. It's got great wheels. Wonder if they have a driving video because it's avant-garde.
That's
It
from a
did.
time when unleaded fuel only actually meant something. Like, you got to go out of your way to get leaded fuel now. I don't think in 1985 you absolutely had to.
I don't think they came with the Gottis either.
No,
But they
from
look
what I
great.
remember, they were kind of wheel fan looking wheels.
Is that an actual 2-part or are those fake bolts?
Those are a actual 3-piece wheel.
3-piece. Even better.
Those are some brown Recaros.
I like it. I think they look good in there.
Yeah, that thing's really nice.
Are those fuses hanging down or relays?
Relays.
Somebody's need them. There's the cigarette burn in the carpet.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's French.
And from the 80s.
Probably what happened to the seats.
Yeah, maybe.
Just got all cigarette burned and somebody was like, no.
Yep.
Well, it's a solution.
Okay. There was a video.
Turbo noises.
I'm assuming that's microphone outside.
I think so.
You think? The engine's right behind your head.
It seems like there's wind noise.
Would you do this or a Delta Integrale?
Ooh. Like if it was this or the Delta.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. Probably one of these.
Right. I might do the Delta. Well, these are just rear wheel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's why I would do this.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
To be fair, these people do good videos and good pictures.
Yeah, too bad they have so much traffic.
Yep. Less traffic. Yeah, it's not like crazy fast either.
I've seen those silos in other of their videos. It almost, as it's approaching non-movement, has kind of a scootery sound to it.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like almost a Subaru.
Makes good turbo sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Keep hearing that thing spool up.
Yep. Yeah, because these are probably about the same price as a good Integrale,
Like a really good.
HF or whatever the
Yeah.
hot rod one.
I think 90 grand is a really good Integrale.
You think?
Yeah. I think you could get into a more basic one for.
Yeah. I mean, you could spend 50 on a whatever the smaller one was. I don't know. Cool. I thought.
Yeah, I like it. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Why don't we do? We normally kind of do a shootout to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have you and I pick Bear's best car?
Okay.
Oh no.
And then you and Bear pick my best car,
Yep.
etc.
And then you and Bear pick my best car. And then those are the 3 cars of the week.
Sure.
Is this just because you don't want to hear whine anymore?
Nah, it's
I mean,
because
he
we
whines
feel
a lot.
bad about you never winning anything.
I have one.
We'll have to give you a chance.
Mostly because we're like picking the car from Bring a Trailer for the week. And
And
really,
they have 1,000 cars a
right.
week.
We could still pick out of those 3 which one is the car.
we can each pick which one we like the best.
Okay, fine.
Because it might not be my car.
Next.
All right. So that's a Bear car.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Bear car.
Yep.
Okay.
My 67.5 Datsun 1600 Roadster with a new Datsun engine called an SR20 DET.
Those seats are terrible.
Well, I don't care about the seats. This thing has got to be a fun thing to scoot around in.
It looks pretty nice.
Sold for 30 grand.
Yeah. I think that's probably a fair price.
What's the difference between a 67 and a 67 and a half?
Well, there's a decimal point with a 5 in the half.
I was just thinking that the half year, I didn't realize it went back that far. And I hate that. I hate
What?
I hate the half year.
What,
thing.
what went back that far?
The
half years?
The half years.
think Mustangs are 64 and a half.
I'm just saying the half year thing is upsetting because
So
it
it
makes,
goes back at least that far.
it makes it harder to figure out which, alternator you need or whatever.
Well, this was stripped to bare metal and then done all back up
Some
again.
Ghost BRE stripes.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Seats aren't that bad.
They're less
Seats
bad
are
when you can
horrible.
see the whole seat than they are when you can only see the Darth Vader helmet top.
And they're not great, but they're not terrible.
I think those Miata seats would be better.
Well, not with Triumph embroidered on them.
No.
I like that the inside of that appears to be
Metal.
largely metal,
Yeah.
and it's color matching.
I like that.
I like the if you want to be safe, don't hit it with your face.
Yeah.
It's like a minimum amount of hackery.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't see any.
Pretty factory, except a giant turbo.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I like the other one better.
This seems pretty unhacked.
Huh.
There's a problem with your idea, Mason.
Which idea?
You and I picked the best of bears.
Okay.
So let's say you like this one a lot,
Yeah.
and I like the Renault better.
Yeah.
There's no tiebreaker.
That's where I come in. Lord of my cars.
Okay, fine. If we don't agree,
We can do it that way.
Bear
Sure.
breaks the tie.
If we do agree, Bear doesn't get a pick at all.
Yeah. Well, it's what happens every week anyway.
That's not true.
I bet this thing sounds very similar. It might even make more turbo noises.
I have
And I bet it's quicker.
it's not as good looking.
Well, it's definitely not as rare.
Well, you can
What
make an
was
argument
going on
that it's
with the-
more rare because somebody made this.
Yeah. What was going on with the battery? That looked pretty jank.
I didn't see the battery.
It looked like it was ratchet strapped in to
Where?
something right
Oh,
there.
it is ratchet strapped in.
That's not a hard fix.
And then they just cut a hole in the floor for the fuel sender.
Well, I wonder if that's factory. I mean, that looks like
maybe.
a pretty nice cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or it's supposed to have a floor on there.
Right.
The ratchet strap holding the battery wouldn't bother me. I feel like
Bothers me.
It looks very temporary.
it's a thing that's not hard to fix.
Yeah. Sure.
Who here's made a battery box? I know you both have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a lot of work.
It's not that bad.
If I'm paying $30,000 for a car, I better have
If
a
the
dang
only thing I
battery
don't
box.
like about a car is the way the battery is attached, that is just not going to upset me very much.
Huh.
It didn't upset me.
Do you really want to see a driving video?
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
If they
I
actually
don't.
drive it,
It's not going to be an avant-garde level.
well, at least it's short. Oh, come on, dude. 1,500 RPM. That's where we shift at.
That might qualify as lugging the engine.
$2,000. That wasn't even $2,000. Oh my god! What are they scared the battery's gonna fall out the bottom?
Can we stop this?
That's really all we get.
And a lot of wind
Oh,
noise.
it's over 2,000.
Okay. What the hell? Please bring a trailer, people. Can you, if you're gonna do a driving video?
Just watch some avant-garde videos
Yeah.
and try and make it like that as much as possible.
Yeah. It's not that hard. That seems harder to do than actually just going and driving it the way you normally drive it.
All right, Soren.
Renault. I just think that's a better.
I mean, I
French over the Japanese.
really like this, but yeah, I got to agree. Renault.
All right.
Oh, this is me.
Wait,
Are we
let's
skipping me?
go
this is
find
me.
more Bear.
That's
This
me.
one. Here we go.
1965 Porsche 356 Emory Special Cabriolet, which is cool because they made a hardtop for it.
Color's great.
The color's great.
Wheels are
The
nice.
Wheels are cool.
Did they make a hardtop, or is that the hardtop that you could get for a Cabrio?
I'm assuming that's made because I don't.
Oh.
I didn't think you could make. I don't
Started
think
life
you
as
could
a
get
coupe.
one. Yeah, I don't think they made a hard top.
Well, started life as a coupe, so
Right.
okay.
So they cut the top off.
So
and
it
made
does
into a
have
hard
that
top.
2.6
Cut the top off. Yeah, it's got the 911
4-cylinder.
4-cylinder thing.
901 5-speed. Yeah, that's pretty trick.
I'm not sure what the power numbers are, but they're not small. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
Well, and that doesn't weigh anything.
Right.
I mean, obviously it does weigh something, but tropical green metallic.
Yeah.
That's a good color.
Doesn't look very tropical, but I like it.
Yeah. Well, the naming of a color doesn't have to make sense. I kind of like that green interior, but I feel like if the outside of it had more of that tone, it would be good.
I like it. It looks like office furniture from the 50s.
it's
Or the bus seats from
it's
70s.
It's the Army base commander's car.
Uh-huh.
And that thing's just cool.
Yeah.
That being said,
Ooh, there's some numbers somewhere.
260 horsepower.
260.
very expensive.
The engine?
The whole thing.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
the car is definitely
It didn't
expensive.
sell at $651,000.
Yep.
Sure. Handcrafted.
Downside, I suppose, is
Got heat.
Yeah.
so that's a bespoke engine. At least the crankcase is, right?
Ooh, it's got a soft top.
I'm assuming it uses 911 jugs and heads.
I think so.
That would be a good assumption. I don't know that for a fact.
I want to know more about getting parts for it, because certainly at roughly $750,000.
I don't think it's going to blow up anytime soon.
Everything needs work.
It's not like you need a new crankshaft every couple years.
Well, I was more concerned with the stuff that typically needs work.
Right. Is this disc brakes? They kind of look drummy, but I don't know.
Unknown. It's a hell of a nice paint job.
I think these have the hidden disc brakes.
Right.
Like they're shameful.
They're
Yeah.
outlaw, man.
Pretty sure it's got the wide 5 hubs with disc brakes on them.
Right.
See if I can find a better picture.
I know those are fender mirrors technically, but I still think those are good looking mirrors.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
What were the pictures with arrows for?
I don't know.
Arrows.
Didn't see arrows.
It's down at the bottom of the. Yeah, I believe I've seen that fiberglass intake recently.
Oh, that's in a parking lot.
Because it just looked like it was like, an instruction manual. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
make sure the car is going in the forward direction.
Right.
Maybe that's just letting you know it goes both directions.
Yeah. I think those things are cool.
I think that is cool. But I'm still going to vote for the Renault.
Wonder if the soft top is that green.
Didn't even see the soft top.
It really should be.
Maybe it's just black.
It might just be. I guess it does say soft top.
It's got the snaps on it.
Don't know.
Yeah. We'll never know.
Wonder if 650 was close.
I would think.
Well, it's alumni, so we can see what it sold for last time.
Well, it was 7 something. It was like, yeah.
Are we going to count, say, 750 as close
Yep.
to
I'm
650?
going to say we're not close. Because I said, guess we just keep it.
Right. Oh, what'd they spend on it? $755.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
I vote Renault.
Interesting. That's a tough one. Yeah, I got to go Renault. $650,000. I
You
know
guys
you
don't want me to win
price.
at the end, do you?
I know you
You
don't
don't
want
pick my worst car.
don't care about price, but $650,000 for a 356.
I don't
Even
think
a really cool one.
It's really cool. Bespoke, handcrafted panels.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look at the body line down
Yeah.
at the bottom there,
Yeah.
handcrafted in.
I don't think any of your cars have been bad, Bear, and I certainly don't think that the Renault is the worst one. I mean, I think currently the least good one is the Datsun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
All right. Renault.
Ooh, this could be my worst. 96 911 Carrera Coupe with a roof bumper.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
That's a CTR bumper.
Yeah. It's a good color. I like
LMs
the
are
wheels.
all gold. I don't know if I like that.
I know that I don't.
I don't mind the not polished lip. I have a feeling that this is going to be a
It's an automatic.
Oh, there it is. I haven't looked at anything. All I saw was the first picture, but
It's a good red, though.
yeah, it's that. What is that?
It's a
Ruby
Reno.
red.
It
Or
says
red?
Tabasco.
Oh, maybe that's why it's a little more red, and not.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have to pay
burgundy.
Tabasco to use the color name Tabasco.
No.
No, it's not that bad.
Automatic.
Oh,
It's not hideous, but yeah, why would you want that as an
Tiptronic
automatic?
S.
You could just get a Passat instead.
Well, it's not really the same, so
I know, but
that might be a little extreme.
I was being sarcastic.
I don't know if you
I wonder
were.
how many of those that are out there. A 993 automatic.
I've seen a couple.
Have you? This might be the first one I've seen.
I think Tiptronic was pretty popular on them, actually.
That was the first generation with it, right? For some reason, I thought the 996 was the first tip car, but well, I don't like that it's an automatic, but
It's good looking.
I like the outside.
Yeah, it's good looking.
Yep.
But it's not. I'm voting Renault.
Yep. Renault.
2006 Noble M400,
11,000 miles.
11,000 miles.
Sold for 65,000.
Actually sold for amount of money.
Is this a real Noble?
Well, it says it on the front and in the title. And it's old enough to be. I like these.
Yeah.
I don't think we've featured one on our channel before.
Reconstructed Minnesota title.
Mm.
Wonder what that means.
That's a good question. Maybe it's because it was kind of not. It was a small manufacturer, so that's what they get.
Well, I mean, these don't have any driver aids on them, so good chance it could have been wrecked.
The interior is very 2006.
Yeah. Steering wheel is very 2001.
So-
Blow off valve is very 2001.
If a reconstructed title isn't a small manufacturer title in Minnesota, if it isn't actually like a total title here, would it even matter?
Say that again.
Would it even matter? Because there's so few of these that,
Would it matter that it's reconstructed?
yeah. As long as it's reconstructed well.
Yeah. You want to know.
I mean,
If
it
it
could have
was
just
trashed.
needed a new clamshell or something.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know why it's reconstructed. Or, like you said, in Minnesota, is that what they call a special construction car? Which is what some other states call a. So these were imported as a chassis, and then the engines were done
Right.
here.
Yeah.
So they were sold kind of as a kit car or component
Right.
car.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that should be clarified in the text.
The title says what the title says, man.
yeah,
I'm just saying, I feel like that should be clarified in the text.
it's got half of an Aston Martin V12 with two turbos on it.
Doesn't
Yeah.
an Aston Martin really just have two Ford V6s?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep, and this has one Ford V6.
But But wouldn't it just be easier to say it has one Ford V6?
No. It's got
Okay.
half of an Aston Martin engine with 2 turbos.
But doesn't that mean everything that had that Ford V6 has half an Aston Martin engine?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming includes like a lot of Tauruses.
I don't know if they had the 3-liter in those. Certainly a Contour.
That's
Right.
worse.
Oh, those were kind of cool. The
Oh, they were terrible.
SVT or whatever that was.
Get one of those, put some Aston Martin badges on it.
Yep.
Only half.
Just a Martin badge.
Just cut it in half.
Which one do you want, Aston or Martin?
Or you could cut the middle half out.
Ooh, it comes with a CD-ROM. Because they had a Exige that was black and it was sold for $65,000.
Who did?
Brinks Trailer did.
Oh, sold for how much?
Same price.
For an Exige?
Supercharged.
Yeah.
06, I think. Same year.
Kind of think I might rather have one of these.
Right. Which the Exige sold cheap because those are like in the 80s for some reason. But
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
I think these cars are better than most quote unquote kit cars.
yeah. And they're probably easier to get in and out of than an Exige.
Okay, Soren,
Renault.
Renault.
Mm-hmm. Because I think it sounds good. And I mean, if you want to play a video of this, if there's a video.
There is.
God, please be good. Please rev over 2,000 RPM.
One of your, well, that wasn't the Renault. Renault.
Hang in there, buddy.
I don't like the gauges.
You don't
What?
like the Nopey 2006 gauges? Oh my god, it moves. Why do we need videos of it moving? God. Ooh. It sounds pretty good.
Sounds like somebody needs to clean this road.
I'm gonna guess this video was done like right as winter broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It's
Yeah,
got more
the-
turbo noises.
The Renault sounds better.
You think?
I do.
You know what? The bad thing about this car is probably the worst part about it would be the conversations at the gas station.
Why?
Well, they'd be worse than the conversations with the Renault, I think. Because everyone would think this is some silly Ferrari. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I mean, that thing's going to be super quick. Yep.
Why would you have conversations with people at a gas station?
Well, if you drive something that looks kind of like that, the people are going to be like, what the hell is that?
I've had conversations when I had a Fiero or both Fieros, conversations with people at gas stations, wondering what the hell that was,
Oh.
including somebody that was like, "Oh my god, is that one of those Ferrarios?"
I just don't talk to people at gas stations.
Oh, they talk to you.
Yeah, and I just say
You
no.
just ignore them.
No.
You put
You
your
just
hand out and say
stop
no.
'em.
I don't want to talk to people at gas
Oh,
station.
okay.
Huh.
I don't know them.
Here's our first test. I say this.
Well, I say Renault.
65 grand, 95 grand,
90.
90.
It didn't sell at 90.
That's true.
I think this Noble would be a way more fun vehicle. It'd certainly wreck it quicker and probably get more tickets in it. But I'd have to go with Noble.
Go with Noble?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is that your last car?
I
That is
hope
his
so.
last car.
Yep. All right. Soren,
Yep.
you are up.
1888 Silsby steam fire engine.
Slisby.
Silsby.
Sold for $290,000. Wow.
I picked this because number one, that's cool looking. It's not a car; it's horse drawn. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
What?
I don't think that's a thing you drive there. I think that's a steam powered pump that's drawn by
No,
horses.
there's a seat on top.
to guide the horses.
Nah.
It's from 1888.
Anyway,
It has horses.
They didn't
pretty
have
sure-
horses back then.
it doesn't really qualify, and I don't think this is my best thing. I just thought that's pretty cool, and and I do actually like it a lot, and we don't do things like this ever, so I picked it. Equine drawn steam pumper.
I hope that's real
From
gold.
New York. It would be real brass. Pretty sure. Probably artillery brass. That's my guess for pressure.
Where do you put it?
What do you mean, where do I put it?
Where do you put that? What do you do with it?
Next to the motorcycle.
If I
wall.
have $290,000 to spend on a steam-powered equine-drawn pump engine, I will have a place for it.
Look at the bell on the front.
What if I got my hands on one and said, "Here, Soren, you can have it"?
Well, barring anything else, I would push Tanya's car out of the garage. Actually, I would just drive it out of the garage, and this could go in instead. Although I would try and find somewhere better for it.
Huh.
Okay.
Seneca Falls.
That's a cool place.
Yeah, it is.
Is that where it was?
I think that's where it was made. Rebuilt in 19. It's got a rebuilt title.
Yep.
Well,
From
you know,
1905.
that's what is that? 17 years after it went into service. So that's just the boiler is rebuilt. It's probably just a safety thing.
So if it needs rebuilt every 17 years,
Of use. You gonna go out? You gonna go out and light that up on a regular basis, Bear?
I don't know, dude. What do we?
This is the
Steam-powered.
sort of thing that goes on the wall.
It's not steam powered.
What does it do?
The
Squirt
pump.
water at
The
things?
pump.
It's a fire engine.
It's a
It's a pump.
Right.
the pump is steam powered. Instead
Okay.
of having like six dudes with handles cranking, you
Yeah,
drag it there
two
with
dudes
horses,
throwing coal in it.
Right.
which is still a huge improvement in efficiency.
Attached to a horse.
It's awesome though that they're basically building a fire to put out a fire.
And boiling water to pump water.
It's all very ironic. Anyway, I think that's
Okay.
pretty goddamn cool.
Let's go next.
Sure.
Let's go next. 454 powered 1938 Ford car hauler, which we had been talking about ramp trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this and I thought, there's a ramp truck I would have.
It's got Michelins. And Alcoas.
Pretty good looking. Although it
Yeah.
is GM powered Ford, which I don't really approve
Ooh.
of, but I'll make an exception.
That's the best kind of Ford.
I think it's pretty snazzy.
That way you
looking.
know they last.
I'm inclined to agree.
Come on.
How long is the ramp?
Looked pretty big to me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Really
pretty
decent.
I mean, I think I have never personally dealt with a race car that wouldn't
God,
fit
that
on that.
looks uncomfortable. Sitting at a
big. Yep.
whatever degree that is.
Mm-hmm.
120.
Are you saying it's too far back?
70 degree.
No, the
Whatever it is.
back is straight up and down.
That would be
Probably as far
90?
back as they could get the seats
Yeah.
because your legs are all.
Right. And that would have originally just had a bench of some sort.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
nonetheless, I think that would be cool to have if you have something to take up to Mid Ohio or whatever.
Yeah, sold for $25,000. It's probably not a
That's
terrible price.
Pretty decent.
I would assume that that's enough power to makes enough power to get you there.
Yeah. I mean, the bed's in nice shape.
It looks to me like there's little things that pop out and ramps that slide down.
I would hope so.
Anyway,
And otherwise, how you get your car on it?
well, you can have ramps that you put on it when you're not using them.
Was that an air ride?
Huh?
Air ride in one of those toolboxes? Oh my God.
Sort of.
Airbags.
Yep, airbags. There's your ramps.
Yeah.
Huh.
And a storage thing, right? Or
Uh-huh.
access hatch or whatever.
Okay. Fair.
You get to pick between an equine drawn steam powered fire engine for $290,000 or this.
I guess for me, this
I'll
is
take
easy.
The big block?
Yeah, that big block.
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy choice. Okay.
1944, 1953 Autocar M16A1 half track.
Is it a
Because-
44 or is it a 53?
I don't know. That's what it says. 1944/1953 Autocar M16A1 half track.
What's the turning radius?
Probably great.
No sale at 128,000.
I'm going to guess it doesn't list the turning radius.
Are those real?
So apparently the military
Weapons.
converted the 1944 M15A1 half track into the 1953 M16A1 multiple gun motor carriage.
So they just put rocket launchers on top?
They put 4 Ma Deuces and said, we don't need that many dudes in this.
Took them 9 years to figure that out?
It's probably just repurposing after the end of the World War II. I'd be a little concerned driving that with the gunner back there. Because, I mean, I'm assuming that those guns don't pivot in such a way that they can actually shoot you.
Well,
But
the
that's
one looks
gonna
like
be
it's pointed right at the back of your head.
Oh, loud.
Yeah, it looks like it's pointed right at the back of your head.
Well, at least you won't feel it coming.
Nope. Probably won't even hear it.
Are those Ma Deuces? That says anti-aircraft gun.
They looked like Ma Deuces to me, but they might be like a pom-pom gun instead.
That ain't no
Actually, I don't care
pom-pom
about-
I've ever seen.
I don't care about that. I just like half tracks.
You just want to own an M16.
I want to own a half track. Yeah, those have fragment muzzles on them.
The exhaust. Side pipes.
Look at that wheel. So many bolts.
Think of all the lubrication you
Yeah.
can add to it.
Think of all the greasing you could do.
I enjoy greasing things.
Yeah.
So are those 50 cows?
No,
Yeah, no?
no, those are
It's got 5 planes shot down.
40 millimeter anti-aircraft, I think.
Really?
Basically like a big shotgun that goes.
Obviously no longer functional.
Probably not.
Well, they make drill bits. You could drill something out. What's that thing for?
That wheel on the back.
Front. Yeah.
I think that's so you don't get stuck in a ravine. Or maybe it's for getting it on a train.
Right.
Yeah, so like they have like a ramp, it just kind of goes and runs into it, and then the wheel rolls it up to get the front end on.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
No, I think that is what you said first.
Not getting stuck in a ravine.
Yeah.
It should help.
I mean,
with
that
not
would
getting
make
stuck in
sense.
everything.
Because it's got a spring on it.
Yeah. It boings it out of the ravine.
It's got one on the back too, doesn't it?
Well, it's got tracks back there.
Yeah, I think the tracks are so close to the back that it wouldn't really matter.
Right,
I mean, you'd have to
I
be.
saw another wheel.
I don't know. The thing's full of wheels and guns. It's all basically all it is wheels bolted together with guns on top.
And you wonder why I like it.
I don't wonder it.
Oh, that's the front. Okay.
That is sturdy.
That's a side view.
That's some seriously sturdy construction.
That's a convertible.
Yeah.
That's
And
clear.
it's green with tan interior.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Could be the summer hot rod.
Bid to $128,000.
Oy, oy, oy.
That
Comes with a shovel.
I'm pretty sure
Both from 1948.
all military vehicles came with a shovel.
that's a 38.
Yeah.
They're both before the end of World War II.
Yep.
I don't know. Big block?
They're probably both big blocks.
Yeah,
Well,
what
I
is
mean-
this? No, this thing's probably a big block 4-cylinder.
It's a big straight six. I think it was
Yeah.
like 386
86
cubic
cc's.
inch. Yeah.
yeah.
Or, yeah, cubic inches. Sorry.
Non-synchronized 4-speed.
Nice.
Yeah. Big blocks more useful.
Do the rear things steer at all with the steer? Like with
Yeah,
the
in
steering wheel?
in a US half track, when you turn the steering wheel, it changes the ratio of the treads.
Oh, good.
That's not a thing you have to.
What about on a German half track?
I assume all of them because it would be really hard to drive otherwise.
Unditching roller.
Ah, the unditcher.
So you don't get stuck in a ditch.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got radiator shutters.
Okay. So we're at the big block.
Yeah.
Modified 1969 Honda CB750,
Big block.
which I just thought was good looking.
That's green
And
with
it's
tan.
$3,600, which, truth told, if I saw that,
That's
and it
pretty
was
cheap.
$3,600,
That is
I'd be
cheap.
so hard pressed not to just to go. Oh, you stay right there. I'll be back. Or can I put that on a credit card? Because
can.
Yeah, because that's just nice.
It is nice.
That is
And
nice.
as you know, I like motorcycles to be white, but I would accept that green and tan.
Oh, it comes with chrome.
And it has a tan seat, so it's technically a green and tan convertible, sort of.
That would look great on my wall.
That you and your wall,
It would.
but that all seems nicely done,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I'm actually really surprised it's sold for that price.
Probably sounds great.
Well, it certainly doesn't have excess muffler. I don't care for the giant. I think that's kanji characters on it.
On the muffler?
Yeah,
I think it's a Yoshimura.
just not aesthetic for me.
Do what? I think it's their logo. It's a Japanese motorcycle.
I understand that.
It's got Japanese pipes on it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Looks good. I think 750s generally ride pretty nice. Well, CB 750s.
As far as driving videos go, this one sucks.
Well, that's a walk around video.
Ah.
And I've got the I've got a new inbox carb balancer.
Yep, sounds pretty good.
I'd just like to say for the record, even though my vote doesn't count,
Oh, it's MotoGP work stainless steel. 4-1 exhaust.
I'd rather have this than the car hauler.
You rather have the car hauler?
I'd rather have this than the car hauler.
Oh,
It's in Canada.
It's in so. I don't think that makes any difference at all.
It's cold up there.
it's got House of Color, candy green. 5-speed, 7,000 miles. All right, Bear.
Well, big block.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
What am
CB750.
I gonna do with this
Ride
stupid
it.
thing?
Or put it on your wall.
You could ride that.
I would ride that. I'd ride the shit out of that.
I think those have like 60 horsepower.
Yeah.
Which
Cool.
isn't a huge amount, but that's not a huge motorcycle.
No. Oh, it's kind of big.
I mean, it's not big by
It looks
modern
cool.
standards,
It's not as big as yours.
right? Which has 69 horsepower.
Right.
So it's probably a little bit faster.
Maybe.
Anyhow, since you're disagreeing, I'm picking this.
Honda. Yep.
Plus, it's just good looking.
Sure.
1,000 miles, supercharged, 2006. Is that Pinot?
Panos.
Panos Esperante SR2 by JRD Tuning. I picked this because
Interesting.
I was like, wow, I've never seen one of those before. Not necessarily the greatest look, but it's a great color. I like the wheels, I think.
I don't like the wheels.
The wheels are too small or something. Something weird going on.
And I think I
there.
like the interior, although I'm not a big fan of the center console.
SSR GT3.
What?
Matt and I were talking about a car that had those wheels on it. And I couldn't remember what model.
Not a fan of the convertible part.
But you must admit, it's a great blue.
I like the Recaros. Yeah, it's a good blue. The interior is a good color. It's got a supercharged Cobra engine in it.
Yep.
With the Terminator engine.
No.
Terminator
that's
have a different supercharger on it.
That's an older Cobra engine.
Is it?
Yeah. Well,
That's duo red cam.
Terminator. I forget which one was the Terminator.
I don't know. 03 ish.
Was it?
Maybe it was 05, 06.
Well, yeah, it would have had a supercharger.
Right.
I really don't like the dashboard in this. For
I mean, this has a supercharger,
Yeah, it's just a
but
Kenny
it's on a
Bell.
regular Cobra
Right.
engine. All right, Bear. What do you think?
Well, I'm going with Mr. Panos in my Kenny Bell supercharger.
That's in really nice shape.
Yeah.
sold for 73 and a half,
Wow.
which does seem a little steep to me.
It's got 1,000 miles on it.
The bumpers and rockers look weird on this too.
I'm not a fan of the looks,
Right.
the convertible.
Yeah.
I like the wheels, but for some reason they don't seem to fit.
It's like the car needs lowered 3 inches to make them work or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Guess what size were those wheels?
I don't know.
18-inch?
I think it just needs lowered maybe
Yeah,
inch and
maybe.
a half, 2 inches.
I'm a Honda.
Honda.
Well, let's see where this is going.
Yep. Now it's on to you, Mason.
All right. First one, X-Wayne Taylor Racing 2008-2012 Dallara Corvette Daytona prototype. Bid to 201.
201.
I think we've raced against this car.
Yeah, I think a couple times. Or
Well,
it was at least there a couple times.
I was going to say we raced against it at the 24 Hours of Daytona,
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
and maybe
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
oh, so it's campaign through 2011.
Oh.
Oh wait,
14 there, 13, 16. Yeah. It was a backup car in 16.
So we probably didn't race against it. But we have raced against it in vintage.
Yeah.
Powered by an Earnhardt Childress Racing 5.45 liter LS9 based V8.
In an X track. These are cool. Ooh. Hold your horses there, Soren.
I gotta think if your ears are slapping your head with that much, making that much noise, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Well, maybe he likes it. 600 horses.
Uh-huh. Remember, that's what our BMW was making.
Uh-huh.
Did we get yelled at for the engine being
We did.
too powerful?
That's correct. Shh. Well, I mean, we didn't. The engine builder did.
I didn't.
We got in trouble for going too fast with it.
That's 10 years ago, Bear. I don't think we have to shh about it.
We were definitely in contention for the championship.
Were we?
It's not road legal.
No.
What?
Ooh, in-car.
At the Glen. It's probably where we were.
That sounds completely different. Well, maybe not.
Different than what?
The Rileys.
Oh.
Seems louder.
I think it is. I think these had side exhaust. Oh, no, this one had rear.
Right.
Didn't have pipes going out the back.
Think we could detune this enough to run it in WRL?
Nope.
What if you just unhook 2 spark plug wires?
Probably have to unhook 4 or 5 of them.
That does sound good, although it gets grating after a while.
Grating.
Yeah. I bet that could just be the volume level.
I think it's probably the volume.
But it has a good sound to it.
Did have rear exhaust, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Our BMW was side.
Right. And the EcoBoosts were side.
So they did side because they were doing rear diffuser on those cars.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then that didn't work out so good.
Yeah. Well, this is a Dallara. Was that just a Riley thing? The diffusers?
No, they were all
Oh.
allowed to run them until they went airborne.
I think they did a pretty good job making that look Corvette-ish.
Yeah.
So the diffuser increases the likelihood of the car landing in the crowd?
No. One of them flipped over at Daytona. and went past the start finish and
Yeah,
down into turn 1 on the roof.
I remember that.
We were there for that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we had the diffuser though. We didn't.
I don't remember changing
'cause
anything as a result.
Yeah, I think we were trying to figure out how to do that.
That was Brian Johnson's team.
Was that the Roar?
Was it?
Yeah.
And that was at the Roar, yeah.
That's why I don't remember.
And they managed to have
Were you
that
not there?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
ready for the race.
yeah.
All right. I think we should go next.
Next. 6.2 liter LT4 powered 69 Camaro coupe.
Whoa.
Is this one for Kevin?
No. Why would it be for
I
Kevin?
feel like we have seen
I
this
don't know.
before.
It's like, hey, Kevin.
I think these are very popular.
Yeah.
It's good blue.
But the wheels in the
the Pro
blue
Touring
look,
thing. Maybe
I like
there's
blacking
only
out all the chrome.
1,500 miles on it.
10-speed automatic. God damn it.
What's
Well,
wrong?
Huh?
What's wrong?
It's got a 10-speed automatic.
Too many speeds?
It's too little.
Too many
shifting.
automatics.
Huh. Okay.
Because it's good interior too, color wise.
Yeah.
I think you
Oh,
might
look at the iPad on the dash.
Yeah.
I like the steering wheel.
take the iPad out, put a real gearbox in it, and I would like this car.
Yeah. I would
Even
too.
though I'm not a Camaro guy, but this just seems nicely done. Other than
LT4
Poor
is pretty
choices.
nice.
Uh-huh.
It's like a 12 bolt. Yeah.
Not a fan of turn downs.
Why?
Well, you spend, 150, 200,000 building this thing?
Yeah.
What's a couple extra feet of tubing?
Well, the hard part's getting it in there
Sure.
at probably a 3-inch exhaust.
Yeah. Other people have done it.
so, doesn't that having the exhaust end there increase the likelihood of rust after that? As you're basically throwing slightly caustic water vapor.
No.
I don't think so.
It turned down.
Does it increase the likelihood of you gassing yourself if you're just sitting there idling?
Could.
Nah.
I think it's just rumbly and drony, maybe. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Aside from the gearbox and the iPad, I think this is all pretty tastefully done.
I think for me, it's just the iPad.
Oh, you're good with the automatic?
Yeah.
You're now an automatic guy.
What, did you just get lazy, Bear?
Yeah. I've been driving the Tahoe so much. It's,
You don't want to be a driver anymore. You just want
He doesn't
to be
need
a passenger that
Clutch
steers.
pedal.
yeah. Ooh, with cutouts. And it go back up.
Uh-huh.
That exhaust again, please. That picture right there. They use the cheapest exhaust tubing.
Sure.
It's not even stainless.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm not sure.
My major problem actually with this car is the exhaust.
I'm not sure. Over the transmission?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a durability issue. And of all the things you might have to repair on a car, exhaust, especially if it's been custom made and is
Shitty.
not particularly complicated, having that done in stainless might cost you $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah.
In the future, if and when you need it. Every time you get in it, you're going to be like, "What? Why is there no clutch pedal?"
You could put a clutch pedal in it.
You mean I could put like a clutch pedal that doesn't do anything, or I could transition it to a manual?
No, you could put a clutch pedal and make it work like a clutch
I mean,
pedal.
you could convert it to a manual probably pretty easy.
You
Yeah,
could
but
just put a
even
clutch pedal
though
in it with
I
controller.
I
I
agree.
mean, why would you want that with an automatic?
I don't know, dude.
You
It's
just
got
driving
one.
it around.
It's coming with one.
You're just driving it around.
What am I gonna do? Do shifting competitions with it?
Have fun.
Drive it like a
What's
man.
not fun about
You're turning into Soren.
What?
flippy flapping little things around?
You hate fun.
I don't
really-
hate fun, and I do generally want a manual transmission. I, on the other hand, while I would prefer a stainless exhaust, it's certainly not a deal breaker for me.
Anyway,
I think Soren has bypassed you on the enthusiast front.
has he?
Yep.
I thought it was just, being a man.
Well, he's older.
I am.
Really?
They should have recorded that outside
Yeah. Cutouts don't sound great at idle.
in a hard surface building.
Okay.
Well, I'm voting for that over the race car.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. I could drive that every day.
But you wouldn't because it's an automatic.
I might. I would just be sad that it was an automatic. I can't do anything with that race car other than race it, and I don't want to do that. And it costs less.
I'd probably have to go with the Corvette. It's awful quiet.
Mason.
That means I have to pick one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go Corvette. Because I would.
Ticket racing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Would hop right in there.
Did it sell?
Yep.
No.
Oh, no. Bid to 201.
Wow. Wow, really? Those things are that much.
Well, this one is.
I don't know. I don't know that you ever know the price on those things. Did it have the carbon brakes? No.
No.
It does appear to come with at least 2 clutches. Or are those brakes?
I think
Those brakes. Because we had carbon stuff.
Yeah. Couple sets of wheels. It's got some stuff. A windshield. Do.
It's got a fair amount
It's got
of stuff.
enough stuff to keep it running for a little while. Looks like. Gears. Oh, dyno.
585. Interesting. Makes it for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Next. 1969 Ford Boss 429. Sold for an amazing $341,000.
Wow.
Well,
I
there
don't
aren't,
think that's a record for one of those.
there aren't very many.
Is that green?
Looks like gray.
Yeah, I would say it looks like gray.
Black Jade. Shut up.
Angry.
Barely says Mustang it is.
850 of them. That's a decent amount. Did you get them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That does sometimes look green.
Yeah. It's black jade.
I think that's gorgeous, in fact.
He's smitten.
No stupid stripes on the sides. Does it have stupid stripes on the front?
I don't think it's got any stripes.
at all.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The interiors of those are always a letdown.
They are. But at least it's consistent.
That's not a letdown.
It all looks clean.
Overly
Well-
clean, if you ask me.
That's why it's $341,000.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is this alumni?
No.
I wonder how many are in this color.
I don't know. But it looks like that'd be a hard color to match.
You mean if you needed to?
Yeah.
I'm thinking if you spent $349,000 on it, you might just have them repaint the whole thing so
Why?
that it matches.
Yeah, you'd have to go find somebody that really knows what they're doing to match that paint job.
You mean?
Would you? I'd just take it to Mako. It's a fucking Mustang.
Says the painter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like it. I like the color.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Color is gorgeous. I would prefer a whatever the blue one was. Smurf blue.
Oh,
Or is that just the Mach 1 stuff? Did they do one of these in that blue?
I think you're thinking Boss 302.
Yeah.
I can't remember the blue name.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Grabber.
That's it. Grabber blue.
How could you forget that? Yeah, that car
I was
looks,
thinking of Laguna Seca, but that's not Mustang.
that car looks pretty amazing.
it does, and
Does it look 300,000?
It does.
I think so.
Does it?
I think there was a point where those were like $500,000 and up.
And I'm going to say that if I were to say win the Powerball,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to find who bought this and try and buy it
Strangle
from
him.
No, just try and buy it from them.
Oh,
And you know how stingy I am on cars.
how stingy are you?
Well, you are aware of my stinginess in general.
Would you go 400?
I think it would be rude, Bear, not to let them make $100,000.
Okay.
So I think, when we're talking, I have Powerball money here. I'd offer them $450.
$450.
For a Mustang.
I like it. It's about the only Mustang I'd ever want to own. Probably the only muscle car I'd ever really want to own.
So Mustang or Corvette?
Mustang.
Fair.
I'm going to go with Corvette again, I think.
Why?
Because he's amused by you having to choose.
No.
He is. That's what
I mean,
it
there's
is.
some of that there, but
Which truth
I don't
holds so high.
see. I just don't see 350 or whatever that is.
Really? Why not?
It doesn't do. It doesn't.
They built 850 of them.
I know.
There are less than 1,000
God,
people
I'm
in the
sounding a lot
world
like Soren this week.
Guarantee you, yeah.
who can say,
That's what I'm saying.
I own a Bus
It's
420.
too-
too,
automatic.
it's too expensive.
I don't need a clutch
The
pedal.
rarity doesn't mean anything.
Rarity doesn't matter.
Although this does have a manual
You like the
transmission.
green.
I do like the green.
They made
I think-
850 of them.
What would I? What would
It's
I
a
do
Boss
with it?
429. It's the only car. Well, not the only car, but one of the only cars that engine ever came in.
Mm-hmm.
It is sort of a homologation car.
Sure, it's cool, but it's.
It has a basic. It's in exceptional
I
condition.
know that's why it's too nice. I think,
That car is almost perfect.
and I'd change stuff on it.
What would you change?
Well, I'd get rid of those wheels day one, and I'd pull all the suspension out and put new stuff in it.
Okay.
I wouldn't do any of those things.
I know.
I would get in it and drive it away.
I don't know. I think it's too it's too nice and too expensive because I'd probably end up putting 100 in it. And then it would devalue it to like a $100,000 car.
I mean, I guess if it's not what you want,
I don't know.
I would just have it as it is and be happy that I had it and I would drive it.
Sure. Maybe it'd go on my car wall. But that I would use and probably not change a whole lot. In fact, I'd actually take that extra 150 and just
wow.
how many races could
That's
you
a
do?
bid 201.
Yeah.
You don't know what his number is.
No.
I've seen those for sale for $350.
Those things?
Yep.
Good God.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So you have somewhere between $140 and $0 to spare if you buy this.
Weren't the Gen 2s and 3s like
And you know what?
150, 200?
The only way you enjoy that car
Spending a lot of money.
is to spend a lot of money.
Right.
Every time you enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to cost you.
I mean, the 429 is going to get shitty gas mileage, so it's going to cost you a little bit of money.
Yeah, but that's not $12 a gallon of fuel.
And it's not going to get plus bad a gas mileage as that
It's
does.
not-
Plus crew and
Not-
race entry fees and
Whatever, $2,000, $3,000 worth of tires every
hour.
weekend or whatever.
I mean, you could do HPDE stuff with it.
Yeah, sure. That'd be so fun. Wait for my point buy.
Apparently, it's got a spare transaxle. It's got a spare X-Track.
If you do that, Bear, you absolutely have to wear an actual suit. Like, remember the guy
Yeah.
who was in HTP who looked like a preacher?
Yeah, the guy with the Challenger.
That was so awesome.
Mm-hmm. His driving suit.
And tie.
Yeah.
He did take his tie off after his sessions were done.
Yeah.
Is that Wayne? What's his name?
No.
No. He was like 4 feet too tall.
Yeah, the mustache.
Sure did.
All right,
Little
Mason.
barn. Oh, is it? No.
Which is it?
Oh, God, those things used to be so ugly.
Uh-huh.
Oh. I don't know. Is he still choosing?
He has not yet chosen.
He hasn't picked one yet. Hey,
Hey,
why are those two there?
why are those two?
Those are our cars.
Yeah,
And that's
that's at the Glen.
at the Glen with us running those cars.
Yeah.
I was waving away a bug, not dismissing away your statement.
No. Thought you were dismissing it.
No.
It's a good picture.
It is. I wonder why it's on there. Probably because it's so good.
Unless they're showing a Gen 1 and a Gen 2.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's what they're doing there.
I think you should pick.
There's all kinds of stuff in here.
Random Corvette. Well, that's kind of interesting.
That looks photoshopped.
It is.
It's got a filter on it of some sort.
No, it's photoshopped.
And filtered.
I think they just took a picture and like washed it out a little bit and then photoshopped in that car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are unrelated things.
I don't know.
Here's a bottle of wine.
It says Corvette on it. I'm going to put it in there.
Could have been worse. Could have been a dick pic.
Well.
Weird.
Look at all that. Does it come with all the shirts and the team crew stuff?
And the bottle of wine.
Well, if Mason will ever make his mind up.
Damn you people. So are we calling this 200,000 even though you said we're not close?
I don't think we should.
250? I don't know.
What do you think you wanted?
3 sounds not close.
It's a tough choice. I'd love to own that.
I would love if you owned that.
But
What if he owned it and you weren't allowed near it or in it or to drive it?
I could still see it.
it might be too nice
I don't need to own the Venus de Milo to appreciate it.
because I would want to go do burnouts and, like you said, put better suspension. And
You can go do burnouts.
I'm not sure if you can even do better suspension on those.
Because shock towers are...
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could do...
Plus that stuff's all different than a regular Mustang.
I bet Roadster Shop could
Yeah.
fit you something up there.
Go on, pick.
All right. Daytona prototype.
That's the wrong choice.
63.5 Ford Galaxy 500 XL hardtop R code 4-speed.
Christ, the and a half goes back even further.
Uh-huh. It's black.
This just makes me think of Spaceballs.
Looks good. 427.
Is that the original? Is that what it came with?
Came with 427.
It doesn't have the original, but it is the
Right.
correct engine.
It's originally white with a red interior.
That'd be kind of nice. I like black with red.
I think that's improved.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, console. Is that the XL?
That's pretty. Uh-oh. People signed it.
Oh, it's famous. Clutch has a song about one of these.
About a Galaxy?
Uh-huh.
Which one?
I think it's called Space Cruiser or something.
Oh, yep.
I don't even know who Clutch is.
I think one of the lines is Galaxy 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You don't know who Clutch is?
Hmm.
You probably wouldn't like him.
Look at that. Stainless exhaust.
A Detroit locker rear end with 350 gears has been installed.
I'm liking it. Side bolt.
It's hard to tell if Soren would like Clutch or not.
He might.
Found Eric.
Was it Start? I think Stardust? I don't know what it was called.
Eric played a song for Eric one time from Clutch. The Hey There Fella.
Yeah. That might not be an Eric song.
It's not an Eric song.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible. That's the worst song I've ever heard.
That's unlikely.
It's a good
It's
song.
an interesting.
I like it.
It's an interesting tempo. I think.
Yeah.
That's how you say that. I like this.
I do too.
I like this a lot.
I like the rear end more than the front end.
Really? I like the front too.
Yeah. And these raced against minis
Yeah.
and in NASCAR.
Yep.
They did it all.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if 16 and 3.5 raced. I think they did. But I think the 63.5 part is the roof line, if I remember right. So it's got a lower roof with the fastback on the rear glass for NASCAR.
Right.
It also has some sparkle vinyl on the doors.
You gotta love sparkle things.
Almost bass boat.
What was the 60s?
It all seems really clean.
Yeah.
What did this sell for?
I don't remember.
Was it 77? I don't know.
I think 130.
54.
54.
Bid 2.
Oh.
That seems cheap.
Why would that be bid to?
It doesn't seem
Because
like
you
enough.
guessed 77. You guessed 120,
130.
130.
Tell you what,
Tell me.
I vote for this.
It's funny because I vote for this.
Great. Close that race car.
This is cheap enough. I could put my suspension on it and not care about
From your BMW?
from whatever.
Oh.
Your improved suspension.
Probably from the Tahoe.
Would that really be an improvement?
It's got independent rear. No, it doesn't. I don't know what's going on back there.
On this?
No, on the Tahoe.
Oh.
It's solid axle, I think.
It does not have independent.
It's
rear.
kind of independent now.
What?
It
Yeah.
used to be a solid axle.
Yeah.
Are you saying your axle is rusted through?
Yeah.
No.
It's just falling out.
Some of the mounts and springs are a little wonked.
Well, they don't really talk about it, but I think the 63, this came straighter
It's steeper.
and the roof was up higher.
Huh. Probably like this.
The 3.5s, they've extended that out for NASCAR
That does seem like,
and lowered the roof line a little bit.
versus what you're describing, this is an improved line
Mm-hmm.
visually. And
Yeah, I think this
probably
has good-
aero as well.
Yeah.
Those are all good proportions.
I like the wheels.
All right.
It's a good version of that wheel I
They
ate.
suit it. Okay,
So you guys picked this car over a Daytona prototype?
that is correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Next and last.
Forgot.
1992 Maserati Shamal sold
Sold.
for $70,000
Wow.
in
Got
black.
got good wheels.
How awesome is that?
369 built.
Huh.
Twin turbocharged 3.2 liter V8.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I thought
That
these
one's
were
from-
V6s.
No, the Shamals weren't.
That one's from Sweden.
Huh.
As a side note, it is now illegal to throw away textiles in Sweden.
Oh. Where do you throw them?
You have to take them to an approved recycling center
Oh.
or a thrift store, but neither of those can handle the amount of textiles that are being thrown away.
Well,
Well, it's a good thing that
make your bed,
Schmal's
you gotta
not
sleep
made
in it.
out of textiles.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Look at those seats.
There was a local guy that had one of these for a short amount of time.
Was it a Shamal, though?
Yes, it was.
You
it
sure?
was black, yep.
Because they made ones that looked like a Shamal that weren't.
No, it was a Schmal.
Okay.
Were those nummals?
No.
D-malls.
Famals.
I never saw it in person. He
How
only
do you
had
know
it.
it existed?
Well, he did a couple questionable rust repairs on it and then sold it.
How do you know they were questionable? If you never saw it.
Well,
Bear knows a guy.
they were.
The nosy guy.
Whoa, that's a tiny diff. How does that not explode?
I don't think those make.
It's a twin
3.2
turbo
liter.
V8.
Doesn't say how much horse, but it's only 3.2 liter.
Yeah, but still, my diff in my BMW is bigger than that.
Here's the question you have to ask yourself. Well, I'm going to ask it whether you ask yourself or not. How do you feel about
lucky?
33-year-old Italian electric?
Pretty good.
Why?
I don't know.
Electric?
Yeah.
It's
A lot
better
of
than
other-
the British.
A lot of other things I'd be worried about than
Better than
electric.
British. What other things would you be worried about?
Biggest thing I'd worry about with something like, well, with most Italian cars is going to be rust.
Yeah.
They like to
And
do
then
it.
These would be part sourcing
Yeah.
if anything goes bad.
Parts availability would be probably the actual number one. Because rust you could identify right away.
But this, maybe the diff is bigger than it looked in that one.
And it's got all kinds of coolers on it.
Yeah.
That giant oil pan.
Uh-huh. Even the transmission is finned.
Technically speaking,
That is tiny looking.
the size of a gear is not what makes it strong or weak. It's the size
Look how
of the
big it is
teeth.
now.
It's still tiny.
It's not huge.
It's got a little cooler.
Like, yeah, but the ring gear is like teensy.
But that doesn't make it weak.
It does.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily. Only if it's got
Yeah,
lots
pretty
of
much.
small teeth on it.
PPG paint, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's Maserati. I think those, wow. In red, maybe that's not the color, but in black,
I think
those
it looks
things
killer
look
in red.
sweet. Really?
Yeah.
I think it looks better in
You
black.
can see all the lines. Yeah, I'd rather have a black one, but
Yeah.
I think
the
it
roof
pretty
looks
cool in white.
weird, or maybe it's the windshield wing
Yeah.
looks weird in red. Ooh, is that a
I think
programmer?
that's I think that's a
Vibrator?
no,
Smoke machine?
It's got 3 buttons.
no. That's a like a
Telephone?
service tool.
Oh. Oh, with the blinky lights you got to count? There were your arrows again, Soren.
That's pre-ODB, isn't it? 92.
OBD.
OBD 2.
Oh,
You
but
say ODB. It is not pre Old Dirty Bastard.
no.
OBD.
Yeah, so I think that's an early scan tool. If If it blinks twice, yeah. Diagnosis
Nice.
LED box.
Hell yeah.
To diagnose the check engine light.
Yeah. My
To
Corvette
confirm if
has
the
that.
fuel mixture is correct.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all kinds of rabbit holes you could fall down on that one.
Oh, but I don't want to.
Ooh, Coney.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Service records.
We learned about a TR6 today.
We
You would have to go down that rabbit hole.
visited a TR6.
We did.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You didn't. Because you were scared.
I wasn't invited.
Mm-mm.
You were invited.
How cool. Is that a target top?
Uh-uh.
Is it just a weird?
Yeah, they
hoop
just
thing?
put that little bar
Nice.
on the roof.
I love, you know,
I like the headlights.
yeah, the headlights are cool. The flares are great. And this is one of those cars that I actually like the fishhook fenders.
And I kind of like that people would think your name's Shamal.
Like Jamal.
In fact,
but
if you ever
it's
see
Shamal.
one of these driving around,
Right.
pull up next to him and go, "Hey, Shamal,
You small.
I like your car."
I vote Galaxy.
Ooh, I vote this. What is the windshield?
It's
Arrow
just a little
thing.
windshield spoiler thing.
That's so cool.
Probably doesn't do anything.
It probably
What if it
might-
What if it cleans the windshield?
It could.
I bet it's a bug deflector.
It might be.
It's probably actually just where the windshield is finally attached.
Right.
It like slides into the top and then they put
No, you know what it is? I bet if that wasn't there, the windshield would fly out at
Could
like
be.
80 miles an hour.
Window get underneath the window seal. And
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? Go back a couple pictures to the headrest. There was a leather. They wrapped the little pieces of metal in
You
leather.
don't want to see those.
You don't want to see the chrome piece of metal.
Well, I don't.
I love this car.
Got the little Maserati clock.
Mm-hmm. The aftermarket stereo.
Is that an Alpine?
Ooh,
Nope.
6-speed? Clarion.
6-speed.
Dogleg, right?
Nope.
Uh-uh.
Ooh, what do those buttons do? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't need to know about those buttons, Bear.
No. You gotta love an
So
Italian
Yep,
armrest.
still has the bi-turbo armrest. Okay.
Heated seats. I'm Shamal all day long.
Back seat's awesome too.
Yeah.
So you have to decide.
At someday,
useless.
we're gonna have to have a back seat competition.
Yep. I don't know. That's easy.
928.
Nah. I think it's 635.
It was
Like
gonna
an
be a
L6.
BMW. I was thinking an 8 Series, but
8 Series is pretty good too.
yeah.
If it's good enough for a third world dictator, it's good enough for you.
Okay. So you picked Shamal.
And I picked Galaxy,
You picked Galaxy.
which means you have to choose yet again.
Oh. I think that's easy. Shamal.
All right.
So
then Bears is yours is the Shamal, and Bears is the Noble, and mine is the Honda.
God, I got left with a Noble.
yep.
That was your best car, Bear. Good try.
So says you and the other guy.
Yeah. All right. So which
Wow.
one's car of the night?
Now that's interesting.
Is it?
It's not the Honda.
I vote for the Honda because that's the only one I like.
Well, it's gonna be Shamal for me.
The Honda's pretty cool, especially for $3,600. I feel like the guy that owned it, that sold it, is very unhappy.
Oh yeah, he is furious.
Well, at least he is in Canada and got U.S. dollars.
Okay.
So that's a little bit better.
That's going to be faster,
It's gonna be faster.
handle better,
Sure.
easier to find parts for.
Yeah.
Not as stylish.
Definitely not as stylish.
Doesn't look nearly as good.
Mm-mm.
And whatever the reconstructed title means.
You know what? That doesn't bother me whatsoever.
They're about the same price.
Yeah. The conversations at the gas station with this car, the Shamal, you think there would be any?
Yeah.
People walk up to you and
What
be
kind of
like,
Dodge is that?
Yeah, what kind of? That's a nice BMW.
What's a Shamal?
Yeah. Is that
Is that an E30 M3?
a new 30 M3?
That doesn't look like a BMW. It looks like a Volkswagen to me.
Right. Nice Lancia.
Whatever you think it looks like, that's the conversation.
That is
Because it doesn't look like it. I
Right.
don't know. It doesn't look like anything else.
no.
You might not have those conversations. But
Maybe
is that a?
they would just be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yep. There'd probably be a lot of that.
This is one of the only that and maybe the Diablo are the only cars I like the fishhook fender openings on.
I didn't know we called that a fish hook fender.
I don't know. That's what I call it.
Okay.
But I usually hate it. Who is it? Is that Giugiaro design or is that the other guy?
I don't remember who did these. Yeah, that's it is who did the Diablo?
Gandini.
Starts with Marcello Gandini. I don't remember who he was working for,
Yeah.
but yeah, he did these
Yeah.
because that's his
It's his thing.
little thing.
I like that wheel too.
I think I got to go Shamal. That's
So
my favorite.
We don't have any consensus.
We don't.
What's that mean?
You said Noble.
No, I said Shamal.
Did
Yeah,
you?
We do have a
Yeah.
consensus.
We do have a consensus.
All right.
What happened there?
I like Shamal.
Well, on that note, share and like and subscribe,
Do it now.
please.
Thanks for watching.